Evening, everybody. It was another fantastic run for Lilly King in the Olympics. The Evansville native returns home with 3 medals, 2 silver and a bronze. Lilly joins us now via Zoom. Lilly, first of all, congratulations on another great showing in the Olympics. You have made the entire city of Evansville proud once again.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a good old meet. So obviously would have loved to come home with a couple of golds, but 3 more medals to add to my collection is nothing to be ashamed of, and had a really good time over there in Tokyo.
Now, Tokyo, obviously much different than what you had to go through in Rio a few years ago with all the COVID restrictions. How different, how difficult, how unique was it to be participating in the games without any fans?
Yeah, it was definitely a little strange. I noticed the Olympic rookies didn't have as much trouble kind of getting up and getting ready for their final swims as the vets did. But, I think the entire heat was going through the same thing. And it was definitely a little strange walking out for an Olympic final in an empty arena with silence. But we still got some good racing in, and it still felt like a pretty normal meet other than that.
What was daily life like in the Olympic Village with all the COVID restrictions that you guys have to go through, daily testing? Just kind of walk us through what it was like for you guys.
Honestly, the village wasn't really that different than any other village I've been in before, other than the fact that when I woke up, I had to take a COVID test, and then I just had to wear a mask everywhere. But other than that, it was still really normal. I mean, we all got to eat in the dining hall together, and still got to trade pins and interact with other athletes. So that part of it luckily wasn't too different for me.
What type of pressure did you feel going into these games? Of course, you won gold in Rio in the 100, your bread and butter event. You were the heavy favorite going in this year. Did you feel all the pressure, or were you just kind of played that off and relaxed and calm going into all of your events this year?
I wouldn't say it was pressure, more of just expectations from people around me and myself and my coaches. But yeah, I mean, it definitely gets to you a little bit when you're riding over the pool and you might not be feeling your best, and you see a graphic that says Lilly King goes for repeat gold. So it's always very interesting just dealing with the pressure, dealing with the media that surrounds the Olympics, because it's just so much bigger than any other meet that we have. But I think that's just part of the sport.
You said in Tokyo before you left to come back to the States, and correct me if I have any of this wrong, that the United States, you don't feel like celebrates anything other than gold the way that Americans should. And I think you're right. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, and it's not necessarily not celebrating silver and bronze, but I think more so referring to those medals as settling. And I feel like I can speak from a lot of different places in the sport, because I've pretty much done it all at this point. Having those 2 golds in Rio, and then having a silver that I was really happy with and a bronze that I wasn't so happy with. It's one where I was so excited after that silver medal, and it was such a great race and just such a great heat overall, that I felt like when I was being asked if I settled, that just wasn't, it just wasn't right. And, I've been lucky enough to be able to have that gold medal moment, but a lot of other athletes will never get that chance. And that silver medal or that bronze medal is the greatest moment in their career. So I really felt like something needed to be said, and that we need to celebrate those a little bit more.
And I think you're exactly right. I mean, if you get a silver, that's second best in the world. Bronze, third best in the world. Those are still unbelievable accomplishments. And by the way, well done on that again this year. Of course, Olympians are in the spotlight, seems like once every 4 years. What's the life of an Olympian in between the Olympics? I'm assuming a lot of training.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much nonstop. I got back in the water last Wednesday, so I took 4 days off. But yeah, just kind of back to training, back to racing like we normally would, and get ready for the meet next summer. What's
next for you? Next big event's
I leave for Italy in 2 weeks for some more racing. So back in the water real quick.
All right, as always, Lilly, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for checking in with us. Congratulations, as I said at the top, on another outstanding run in Tokyo. And I know everybody in Evansville will continue to follow you, and hopefully even better things. Hard to top gold for Rio a few years ago. You had a fantastic run again this year, but hopefully even better things are in store in the future.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much, Lilly. Eyewitness News at 9 will be right back.